in the world. But what I'm saying to you today is, when I talk in context of the world, with how much have you impacted or changed the world, means how much of the world have you released? How much of the world system have you let go of? How much of it? How much of it have you denied? How much of the world system? Because the thing of it is, we still winning in life, remember? So the thing of it is, the world system is something that we become a part of without even making a decision to be. If you are born into the world. So therefore, because you are born into the world and you have this skin, this outside layer, which is carnal, so that means that you are born into it. You don't have a decision in it. None of us made the decision to say, when I be born, I want to have some skin on me. No, you automatically had some skin on you because you were born into the world, which is the system of the world. So we're being born into the system of the world, and the word carnality, which is the root word is to be carnal. The word carnal literally means meat. So with carnal meaning meat means flesh is what it means. So the Lord says, don't be clothed in carnality, or which means meat, which is flesh, but to walk into the spirit of things. So therefore, I'm born into the world. I have no other choice about it. I'm born into the world. I was born with skin on me, which represents that I was going to have a carnal nature. So therefore, when I ask the question today, how much of the world have you changed? What I'm saying is how much of you has changed? How much of you has changed? In changing the world, you start changing the world by changing you. Lord have mercy. You start changing the world by changing you. You start changing the world. Oh God. Oh yeah. You start changing the world by changing you. So if you want a better world, then you better become a better you. So how much of the world have you changed? How much? How much of the world have you changed? Go ahead with Facebook. I'm going to talk to y'all at the end about what I'm going to talk to y'all about. I'm going to share something with y'all that happened. Just go ahead with it. So I think I got a little girl that needs to hear today. So for her, I'm going to open it up. So, how much of the world, so when you talk in context and essence, how much of the world have you changed? Did you really know that you have more of an impact on the world than what you think? Yeah. See, a lot of folk, again, I'm going to say, a lot of folk think that they have to do big things. They think their name has to be on billboards. They think that, they got to be known by a whole lot of people in order to make an impact in the world. No, you don't. No, you don't. How you literally change the world is you start changing yourself. When you change yourself, then you begin to impact the world and the systems of how the world operates. So the world, the Bible says, for instance, the world loves its own. So what that is an indicator to say that the world is selfish. That's what they're saying. The world is selfish. The world loves its own. And it means in saying that it loves its own, what it's saying is that it loves its own in an unnatural way. In an unnatural way. It is very unnatural to be caught up in oneself. Very unnatural. So the world loves its own in its own unnatural way. So it is a selfish way or an unhealthy way that the world loves its own. So how about if one element of changing the world is that I make a decision to not be selfish? You hear it? If I make a decision to not be selfish, I've literally just started changing the world. I've literally started changing the world. And in my changing the world, It's going to give me an opportunity to make a difference in other people's lives. Why? Because they're going to watch me. They're going to literally see the change. Even if people will want to deny your change, but they can't. Because they'll know for a fact that it's there. I don't care if they still want to harp on what they knew and could have valid points about what they knew. They still can't deny when you done changed. They still can't. They can lie about it, but deep down on the inside, they know it's something different about you. They know that something has literally changed about you. So how much of the world have you changed? The world is a system into which we live in. It is nothing but a system. That's all it is. A system. When you understand the context, we have literally been transformed in our mind to think a different way of how the world actually is. The world is nothing but a system. It's the system of the world. So when we think of the world, we generally automatically think of a whole bunch of people. We think of that globe. Did you not? You think of that globe. So you think of this entire globe, but not realizing that that's just really a picture. The world is actually the system. There is a system by which the world goes by. And in order for us to win in life, we've got to defeat that system. Because if we don't defeat that system is going to defeat us. One of the ways of the world, again, I say to you, is selfishness. That's one of the ways of the world. The world loves its own. Another way of the world you can find in Galatians chapter 5 when it talks about the fruits of the flesh. Things that the flesh does. So let's look at it. Let's go to Galatians chapter 5 right quick. Let's look at it. Let's see the things that we need to defeat. Galatians chapter 5. Galatians chapter 5. We're winning in life. We're winning in life all the month of August. This is the series, Winning in Life. Let's look at some things that we need to defeat. How much of the world have you changed? That's the question I'm asking. How much of the world have you changed? Galatians chapter 5. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 19. Galatians 5 and 19. Let's look at the things that we need to defeat. It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest. Please understand, the word manifest, all it means is man is going to see it. That's all manifest means. That's why it's M-A-N at the front. Fest, which means an outward show. That's the reason why when you go to a festival, it is an outward show, an outward demonstration of. So that means man is going to see an outward demonstration. That is what manifest means. That's all manifest is, an outward demonstration of. So it says, now the works, which, look, check out the word works now. Check out the word works. It says now the works. That means my position. That means my employment, how I do it. Now the works of the flesh are manifest. They are made to be seen. Which are these? Adultery. Now, adultery in the context would be literally stating, if we look at it in the natural, that is a married man or a married woman having relations with someone outside of their covenant. That is what we call adultery. But the thing of it is, can I tell y'all that adultery comes in many forms? Anything that you have made a covenant with that you mess around on, that is adultery. That is adultery. So if you have made a covenant with God, but yet you fool around with the enemy, you are committing adultery. If you have made a commitment to a job, to a place of employment, and then you're sneaking around somewhere else, say that you have signed a contract with them stating that you work for Coca-Cola and you sign a contract stating that you're not going to work for any other competitors, whether it's Pepsi or however, RC, whatever, you're not going to work for them, but then you backdoor and sneak around and you are working for them, you are committing adultery. So it's in more forms. They're always a spiritual as well as a natural when it comes to things. So it says the works of the flesh is adultery. It is adultery. It is adultery in order to say that I am a born again believer and to say that I am Christ-centered and that I live for Christ, but yet I engage and have relations with the devil. It's committing adultery. So that's the works of the flesh. All right, next one it says is fornication. Fornication is I'm not really making a commitment to, but I want to enjoy. That's fornication. I haven't made a commitment to it, but I want to enjoy. The natural saying that you will hear folks say that they want to get the milk, but they don't want to buy the cow. That's a way of explaining that. So that means I want to get the benefits of it, but I don't want to make a commitment to it. That is fornication. That's what that means. So that means that, hey, I'm going to sit in your house on Sundays every week after week or whatever, God, but I'm not going to make no commitment to you. That's going to be fornication. I'm going to hang out with you. I'm going to enjoy the benefits of you. I'll even allow you to touch me every now and then if you would like, but I'm not going to make any commitment to you. That's fornication. It's fornication. So I'm asking the question today, how much of the world have you changed? Uncleanness. Uncleanness is just what it is, not to be clean. And uncleanness not in like what we think. The first thing we thought about was somebody's house that wasn't clean. Uncleanness. That's not what it means. It is an internal state of being. To be unclean internally. It means that you have all type of malicious thoughts going on the inside of your head, just literally unclean. Literally unclean. You're talking to these people, but the whole entire time in your mind, you devilish. Unclean. Unclean. Lasciviousness. Now, when you get into lasciviousness, that is showing up somebody that will do some stuff. Now, they literally gonna be all up in your face, but behind your back working a whole nother number. That's like a for lack of a better word, low down dirty individual. Low down dirty individual. Yeah. That type that can be done did something but still be all right there with you. But no, they done did it. That type right there. And then when you find out about it, you blown. You like, what? I thought you were better than that. Are you serious? She did that. Yeah, it was her. Lasciviousness. Idolatry. Idolatry. Okay. So because the Old Testament talks so much about idolatry and taught us in the realm of idolatry about the fact of making graven images. So that's the first thought that comes into mind. And most of us will argue to say that we don't idolize anything. Because automatically what we think is I ain't got no cows in my house. And we'll think about the Buddhas, the people in the Hindus, how they got the little fat man at the doors and all the Chinese places and stuff where we go and eat still. and we understand that that's what they represent, that